Hey everyone, it's Sue here and welcome to the August hashtag event for the Creative Arts Collaboration Group on Facebook. And this month the hashtag event is about animals. So I have the link below for the actual hashtag, and you can take that hashtag and search in YouTube or in Google, and you're going to find a lot of different artists and crafters that are part of this group and putting out their creations for August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I'm doing. So most of you probably know I have a parrot, and I'm working in my Large Dilutions journal. I did not prepare the pages at all, so there's no gesso on here. But what I did was I took some 6x6 pieces of paper. It's kind of grungy, but not fully grungy, if that makes any sense at all. I like to work a lot in pinks and purples and very bright colors, yellows, and just love brights. But every once in a while I do like to come in with a more earth tone palette, and that's what I'm doing right here. So, and on top of it, so this is all collaged. I used this matte medium made by Deco Arts, which I happen to love, and I would buy a big bottle of this if I don't think they make it real big. But anyways, so what I did was I used the matte gel or the matte medium, and I collaged this side of the page. And now I want to work on this side of the page with all of you, just to show you how I go ahead and collage. Now obviously I'm sure a lot of you totally know how to collage, but hopefully you'll stick around and we can just do a little bit together here. So I like to actually put the whatever medium I'm using, because I love to use Mod Podge. I love to use whether it's Liquitex or anything, any type of gel medium I really enjoy using. So I put it on both sides. I feel like that gives a nice bond, so it kind of like bonds the paper to the actual page that you're working on. I don't know if others feel the same way, but I certainly do. So I just go along and I fill it up. Now the page up. So you can see certainly that the pieces are not square. I don't like very very square. I don't like straight lines on a page, not when I'm collaging, or if I do, it's very minimal. So and I like to overlap. I think overlapping is very important, and it's also important, I think, to go ahead and get the pieces not so that it's a pattern, right? So you want it to look what's the word I'm looking for? You want it to look, I hate using the word random because it obviously is not random, but you know what I mean. It is. It's kind of like you want that look that it was just kind of thrown on there. This piece of washi I have here, which by the way, Mary, if you're watching this from the Mary Atelier, this actually came from her. Mary had sent me a pocket letter a while back, and that's what was on the package. So I continue to use that for sure. But anyways, the reason I have that there is because I am going to place this bird on here. This is just a chipboard bird that I used this Maya Gold Aubergine paint, and it's metallic. And then on top of it, once the paint dried, and again, I'm not part of that Deco Arts thing, so I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I bought a bunch of stuff. They had like a little mixed media collection that you could buy, and I bought it, so I have a lot of their products right now. But this liquid glass, and I put quite a bit on there, and then I just smeared it around with my finger because I wanted it to have texture, and it does, and it kind of looks like a piece of wood with varnish on it. But that's where he's going to sit, so that's why I put this washi here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this collaging up, and I'll come back and I'm going to show you the next step. And like I said before as well, I'm going to take some of this pattern and I'll put it on top once I collage the page. And what it does is it kind of unifies the all that busyness underneath. So I'll be back. The collaging is done and it is dry. So let me just kind of pick it up really quickly here just to show you closer what the collaging looks like. And I really like the way it looks, and you'll see it, oops, at the bottom right here where my thumb is, you're going to see I've already started adding some paint. So my next step is to go ahead and add more of that paint. I'm just going to put a piece of paper in here to protect the pages underneath. So the reason that I want to go ahead and put some paint on top of here is to still tone it down just a little bit. The pattern, which is like a very, very, very thin tissue paper, it did tone it down, and I like it, but I want to tone it down a little bit more. So I pulled out these two acrylic paints made by Liquitex, and I put them just in this little plastic piece that something came in. So all I'm going to do is go around the page and do what I'm doing right here. I'll do this on both pages, and I have to keep in mind that, or I don't want to get paint on him, but I have to keep in mind that I do want to set him somewhere right around here. So I just need to make sure that the paint is the way that I want it in that area. I'm going to actually go over to the darker color and start bringing some of that in. And I just keep playing with it. Just keep playing, overlapping. And the reason I chose these two colors is because I just thought it went really, really well with the background. I am thinking at this point I am going to pull in maybe a little bit of water. So just because I want it to go to smooth around just a little bit. So let me see if I can do that real quick before it dries. Yeah, see, that's what I needed. That's what I needed. So I'm going to take that paint that I have on there. Now the paint at the very bottom I think might be too dry. Oh, no, not fully. It's moving. It's moving just a little bit. So this allows me to still see the background. So all that beautiful paper that I put down, that I collaged, I can still see it. I like that. I like that a lot. So you can now see the difference between the two pages, right? So this side is very toned down, but yet you can still see through it. And this side is very bold yet. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this other side and come back. The painting of the background is now complete. I dried it off, gave it a good dry. I came in with this stamp, which is a Stampendous stamp, and some of my Hero Hues ink, as well as this most awesome stamp ever, which was actually from Anne. Thank you, Anne. And you can see I went around and I stamped with both of those things just to get a little bit more visual texture onto the page. I have these, I like circles, right? And the Michaels sells these and I bought them a while back. So they're pretty large. They're 2.5 by 2.5 inches, you know, round. So they're quite large. So you can see here, you know, it's not small. So what I did was I took 3 of those and I put them over here. I adhered them down with some of this clear tacky glue, which by the way I love. I got that at Amazing Savings for like next to nothing. I would go back there just to get some more of this. I love it. Love, love, love. And then I have some very old Creative Memories flowers that I put on here, and I'm going to finish up these circles and come back and show you the finished 2-page spread. I also added this on here because I felt like the bird was still just kind of like in limbo and not, you know, where he, you know, like he was just kind of floating there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm really liking the way that this is turning out for sure, and I'll come back and share the finished 2-page spread with you. Okay, bye-bye. Be back soon. Okay, so let's finish this up. I'm loving the way it came out. I have gone and added in some stenciling, and again I used this same Heroes Art ink, and I used one of the makeup wedges and this stencil, so you can see where I added some random letters, right? I also, so this is nice and adhered on. I have the At Maui, that's all adhered on because this is supposed to represent my parrot. I also put these 2 pieces down here, and I started finishing up the circles. So I'm taking my Posca pen in beige, and I did the 2 already, but I wanted to do one of these actually with all of you. So all you do is you take the Posca paint pen or any paint pen that you have, I'm sure would work, and while it's still wet, you just go ahead and give it some smearing to give that awesome, awesome effect of shadowing. I am trying to get a little bit right onto the actual circle as well. So I just want to make sure I have enough on here and it matches the other circles. And there's 2 more things I'm going to do real quick here. I'm going to use my fine line applicator with I have brown acrylic ink in there and some water, and then I'm also going to use this Distress Spray Stain in Antique Bronze. So these are really cool. They have this awesome, very, very, very fine tip, and I just want to give a little bit of additional pop to the circle. I want it to look messy, right? So I just want to make sure I have enough brown on there. So that kind of makes those pop just a little bit, giving them a little bit more interest. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take this and do some splattering. And that's going to wrap it up. So I hope that you enjoyed this. And please go and put that hashtag into the search box in YouTube, and you're going to find tons of new YouTubers that have been around for a long time, all different types of art going on, scrapbooking, everything, whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of people participating in this. So check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did. And please leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Well, I'm off to go check out a whole bunch of other videos now, so I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.